Everyone, Vijay Freighty back with another deck review. Today we're looking at the Lunatica series from Giovanni Morani, Thirdway Industries, which may or may not be available on his website, thirdway.it. Can't confirm because I didn't check. This was from a recent Kickstarter project. There's a few different decks. So we got the Equinox in yellow here, and the Equinox is a symbol of the crescent moon. And then we got the Solstice in orange, which is a symbol of the waning moon. And they're very bright colors, kind of moon colors if you will, and very neon-y. There's also the Phoenix and the Chimera, which the Chimera is the symbol of dreams, the beginning, and of youth. And the Phoenix here is the symbol of the rebirth after death, which is fitting because Phoenix is seen as a bird that dies and is reborn. These decks feature a lot of mythological and astral aspects. These ones obviously more astral and these ones more mythological, at least as far as the tuck cases and the names. These ones are just different tuck cases. If I had known that, or if I had realized that, I probably wouldn't have got them because it's a lot of money to buy special tuck cases, or I would have just gotten those ones and not these ones because they're nicer looking. The front of the box says Lunatica Solstice and Lunatica Equinox. You see a moon crescent for a C. And there's moon type crescents throughout the artwork. Just standard tuck cases by the USPC in very bright colors. Lunatica on one side and on the other. Top 4 pips. The bottom just the Thirdway logo and some ad copy. Excuse me, I apologize. I never burp when doing videos. And in the back, you see the back design. It's very similar, but there are differences in how the wings are displayed. And the central parts here are different. There's little differences here and there. And no seals, of course. No embossing, nothing like that. Just a standard USB-C tuck case. And also, I should point out that these were designed to be the first cardistry-oriented project by Thirdway. Personally, I don't really see it compared to other cardistry-type decks, but it is what it is. These ones are much nicer tuck cases, the Lunatica Phoenix and Lunatica Chimera with orange and a green foil and white foil as well. Very cool, very shiny. And they are on a blue stock, probably a blue vellum paper, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think that I actually saw anything about that. It could just be a matte finish, but it's in a nice blue. Actually a greenish color and a bluish color. They're different. Or purple almost. It says Lunatica on one side. There is some embossing all around. Lunatica on the other. Probably the 4 pips on these ones. Can't really tell. The bottom just the ad copy and logo. And the back, you see the back designs, which are the same, but obviously they look different in foil and embossing. And these ones got custom stamp seals with the different phases of the moon on there. And there's 719 and 31 out of 1500, I believe it is, for these ones. And these ones are not so limited. But I didn't get the actual numbers, but I believe that's what the numbers are. So let's get to the cards. Let's start off with the Equinox. And of course on the flap you get kind of a club pip and some arrows. This one's got a heart instead. And nothing on the inside flaps or the inside of tuck. It's just standard, like I said. You get very bright neon-y yellow backs. Yellow bordered. Pretty much full bleed, if you will. The Jokers, lots of neon-y and kind of metallic colors throughout. This one, Joker in green with yellow colors and green colors. And this one is the Lone Angel. I'm looking at the correct deck here. I am. And this one is the Lady of Charm. And she's got pink colors and yellow colors. So that's pretty interesting. I'll put all of these aside for the time being. Then you get some additional cards here. Well, one additional card. That is the I'm not actually sure that I got information on who this is, but just some additional art card, additional Joker, if you will. Then you get to the aces. Says Lunatica, blue colors for the spades and the clubs, bright pink for the hearts and diamonds. The spades in this deck are a symbol of static negativity. The hearts, a symbol of positive passion. The clubs, a symbol of static positivity. And the diamonds, a symbol of negative passion. We mentioned the jokers already, so there's the ace of spades, the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, also green colors within them on the clubs and the spades, and very interesting colors, very bright. The court cards, I didn't write down the information. There's like different, names or ideas for each one. Like there's an actual character names, but I don't describe one as like something tyrant or this or that. But they're pretty interesting looking, alien looking, if you will. Very similar to a lot of his decks. And then the number cards, nice custom pips, very bright, and that is that. We've seen the backs. Would I consider this a cardistry deck like that? They said it's cardistry oriented. Personally, if it would be for me to consider it more of a cardistry deck, it would be more colorful, like a Verts, for instance, with multiple colors and a little less detail. More minimalism, I suppose, but I mean, I get it. It's borderless, full bleed back. We'll put that aside for now. Look at the next one here. And this one's got a slightly different back design, as you can see the juxtaposition on there. You get the double backer. You get this card again in orange. The jokers in this one, you get this guy, the Archbishop, known as the Dogma, in purple and yellow colors, joker on the bottom. And this one, in orange and yellow, is Chaos, the Charming Witch. So that's an interesting juxtaposition, if you will. What's with me and the big words today? I should have cleaned this table a bit before I started using it. Okay, so the aces here, similar to the other deck, except of course orangey colors for the hearts and diamonds, and purple for the spades and the clubs. Similar but different. And then the court cards again, similar but different. In this one, I should point out, in the solstice, the spades are a symbol of cold and clever evil. The hearts a symbol of passion. The clubs a symbol of righteous good. And the diamond's a symbol of evil fury. You'll see that kind of throughout. I apologize if I'm going through a little bit faster. This got a lot of reviews to get to today. And then the number cards, the same thing basically. The other two decks you'll see are exactly the same for the cards. You do get some embossing and foil on the flaps, on that flap, and then the inside has this nice pattern throughout, like a starry pattern with a moon crescent on the flap. And the cards themselves are identical. I haven't even touched these because I may just end up selling them, because I really don't think I need two of the same decks. So let me know if you're interested. And this one, more the same, as you can see. I was hoping that there would be some minor differences in the court cards, or in the aces, or the back design, maybe foil on the backs, No, it's exactly the same thing. It's a tuck swap, which is not something you see very often from thirdway, and it's not something that you see me get very often, because if I was to get every tuck swap out there, it would cost me so much money and it would take up so much space, and I already have a lack of space, so I'm a little bit disappointed by that, just being a tuck swap. Anyways, overall though, pretty awesome decks. The handle, pretty good. Bicycle stock, Irkus and finish, at least that's what I'm going with. I didn't see any specifications on the project when I was checking it out on what stock and finish he actually used, but it's printed by the USB-C, so it's good quality stock and finish. It's very bright and colorful and fun and artistic, and I like them. And I'm going to say 10 out of 10 for these decks. I recommend checking them out. You can get at least these ones, the standard ones you should be able to find on most card shops or magic shops. Definitely check out thirdway, and keep your eye out on thirdway, because if he has any of the limited ones available, he may make them available for a sale at some point in time, like he often does with decks. He's always having sales, so keep an eye on his website, thirdway.it. That is that. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this review and of these decks. And special thanks to my sponsor, Murphy's Magic. See you next time with more. Thanks for watching.